Welcome to Coin Explorer. Imagine finding a simple quarter in your old drawer, one that looks just like every other coin you've ever seen. But what if I told you that one such quarter from the year 1974 was sold for an unbelievable $701,000 at a major auction? Yes, a single 25-cent coin fetching a price higher than most luxury cars or even homes. It seems unreal, right? But this is not a fantasy or a made-up tale. This is a true story of how an ordinary-looking coin turned out to be one of the most valuable quarters in the history of American currency. And today, I'm going to walk you through exactly why that coin is worth such a jaw-dropping amount. Trust me, you won't want to miss a single moment of this. Now, let's begin at the beginning. The 1974 quarter-dollar coin was minted as part of the regular circulation coins of the United States. Most people have handled this coin hundreds of times, used it to buy snacks, or tossed it into a change jar without giving it a second thought. But behind this familiar design lies a rare version with quality so exceptional it stunned coin experts and collectors around the world. It wasn't dipped in gold, it wasn't made with diamonds. No, it was all about precision, rarity, and unique factors that we're going to explore one by one. And once you understand these factors, you'll never look at loose change the same way again. Let's talk about the front of the coin, called the obverse. It features the timeless image of George Washington staring boldly to the left, with the word liberty above his head. Below his portrait, you'll see the motto, "In God We Trust," and at the very bottom, the date, 1974. These details seem normal, right? But the coin that sold for $701,000 had perfect texture, sharp detailing, and absolutely no scratches or dullness. It was as if the coin had been frozen in time, untouched by hands, air, or even gravity. That level of condition is extremely rare, and collectors pay a fortune for perfection. The moment that coin was examined, experts knew it wasn't ordinary. Now, flip the coin over, the reverse side. You'll see a proud, powerful eagle with its wings spread wide. It clutches a bundle of arrows in its talons, symbolizing strength, and underneath it, olive branches representing peace. Surrounding the eagle are the words United States of America, and below, the denomination, quarter dollar. This design is iconic. It's been in use for decades. But once again, the coin that reached $701,000 wasn't special just because of the artwork. It was special because of what happened during its creation. You see, not all coins come out of the mint perfectly, and in some very rare cases, those tiny imperfections make a coin priceless. One of the biggest factors in the value of rare coins is errors. Not flaws, but accidental miracles. The coin that sold for such a high price had an incredibly rare doubled die error. That means parts of the design were accidentally stamped twice, but not in the exact same position. This creates a shadowed or duplicated appearance on the letters or numbers. These doubling effects are hard to spot without close inspection, but to trained eyes, they make a coin stand out immediately. Imagine seeing the date 1974 slightly doubled, or the letters in Liberty having a subtle echo behind them. That's the kind of thing collectors chase. Another reason this coin became legendary was because of its flawless condition. Grading companies rate coins on a scale from 1 to 70. A score of 70 is absolute perfection. No nicks, no blemishes, no wear, even under magnification. The $701,000 quarter received one of the highest possible grades, placing it in the elite category of museum-level quality. Out of the hundreds of millions of quarters minted in 1974, only a tiny handful ever achieved this level of preservation. Most coins pass through too many hands and suffer wear within days. But this one was different. It was stored with care from the moment it was minted. Let's talk about the mint mark. This tiny letter, usually found near the date on the obverse side, tells us which mint produced the coin. For 1974 quarters, the mint marks include D for Denver, S for San Francisco, and no mark at all for Philadelphia. Some of the most valuable versions were proof coins. These are coins specially made for collectors, not for everyday spending. Proof coins have mirror-like backgrounds and extra sharp details. When a proof coin has an error, like a double die, and it's in flawless condition, That's the golden ticket for collectors, and that's exactly what made this coin reach over $700,000. But it wasn't just the physical coin that made headlines, it was also the auction that turned it into a legend. Imagine a crowded room, phones ringing, collectors from around the world placing bids, each trying to outdo the last. The excitement builds, the bids climb, and in just minutes the price skyrockets past 100,000, 200, 400, until finally the hammer falls at $701,000. The room goes silent for a moment, and then applause erupts, because everyone knew they had just witnessed history, a humble quarter turned into one of the most expensive coins ever sold. You might be wondering, why would anyone pay so much for a coin that looks so normal? The answer is simple: scarcity, condition, and story. The coin combined all three. It was impossibly rare, it was perfectly preserved, and it had a powerful story that connected collectors emotionally. That's what makes coins like this so magnetic. They're not just pieces of metal, they're time capsules, they're miniature art, they're economic history. And when one coin manages to have all of these traits at once, the price becomes secondary. It's about owning a moment in history. So how do you know if you have a valuable 1974 quarter? First, examine the coin carefully. Look for sharpness in the details. Use a magnifying glass to check for doubling on the letters and numbers. Inspect the coin's surface. Is it smooth, shiny, and untouched? Does it have a mint mark? Then compare it with photos of known error coins. If your coin seems unusual or flawless, it might be worth having it professionally graded. Grading services can tell you exactly how rare your coin is and even help you get it listed in a future auction. Sometimes a small investment in grading can reveal a six-figure treasure. Coin collecting isn't just about money, it's about curiosity. It's about noticing the details others overlook. It's about learning how something as small as a quarter can carry decades of history in its design. The 1974 quarter that sold for $701,000 didn't just stun people because of the number. It sparked conversations about what we value, what we preserve, and what we discard. That coin reminds us that value is often hidden in plain sight. What we throw away as ordinary could be extraordinary to someone who understands what to look for. So, if you're new to collecting, or if you've never thought twice about coins before, this is your chance to start. You don't need a massive budget. All you need is attention to detail, patience, and a sense of adventure. Start by checking your old change. Look in that jar on your shelf. Dig into that drawer of old coins your grandparents kept. You never know what you might find, because history doesn't always sit in museums. Sometimes it hides in your pocket. And maybe, just maybe, your next quarter could be the one we talk about in the future. There's also a deeper lesson in this story. In a world where everything feels fast and digital, something as simple as a coin brings us back to physical history. Every scratch, every stamp, every detail was made with human hands, and when one of those coins survives perfectly, untouched by time, it becomes something more than currency. It becomes a memory, a moment, a story. And stories, especially rare, true ones, is what makes us stop scrolling, stop rushing, and just listen. So, the next time someone tells you coins are boring, tell them about the 1974 quarter that sold for $701,000. Tell them about the errors, the perfection, the auction, and the collectors who saw something magical in a piece of metal. Tell them that what we overlook is often what surprises us most. And if you've watched this far, you already know it's not just about the money, it's about the mystery, the excitement, the thrill of the hunt. Because treasure is real, and sometimes it jingles. Thanks for spending this time with me as we uncovered the story of the 1974 quarter that turned heads and changed hands for $701,000. If you enjoyed this journey into rare coin history, don't forget to follow, share, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you have a coin you're curious about? Let me know below. I've got more stories coming. Stories of lost riches, secret details, and forgotten treasures hiding in plain sight. Until next time, keep your eyes open, keep your pockets checked, and remember, sometimes the smallest things hold the biggest surprises.